Hello everybody, today I'm in Canberra, the capital of Australia, on what is an absolutely stunning day, although it's bloody freezing, but I'll get over it, don't worry. I read a report this morning that US organisations will lose over $100 billion this year down to the poor performance of their employees. Now, with all of these statistics, I often think, oh, how did they work that out? You know, a survey of 100 people. And yet, it's one of the things when I work with organisations I ask all the time, particularly for those that want to change or evolve their cultures. I always ask what the consequence is for poor performance. Now, pretty much every single organisation that I've worked for and with has got, you know, the most stringent HR process to follow. And yet it's always put in the too hard basket when people either don't behave the right way or particularly when they don't perform in the right way. And I think this has to change. You know, and the question that I'm asking today is, are you soft on poor performance? Now, don't get me wrong, I don't want to see everybody who misses a target out of a job. But I think that there is a responsibility for leaders to make sure that everyone does their bit and make sure that they contribute to the success of the organisation. But leaders also have to understand that a big part of that is to set expectation in the right way and to lead with empathy and to think about the person that they're working with and say, listen, what's the best way for me to communicate this message? And then they've got a responsibility to make sure that they understand exactly what is expected of them and by when. I think too often the messages that are delivered to people aren't clear enough, or there's an assumption made that they know what they need to do and when. You know, I've talked a lot about it in the project management world, which is my background. You know, a project manager's job is to, you know, write a plan and do a schedule and to get a report in on time. And if they're not doing those things, it's not an issue with compliance. It's an issue of performance management, because that's their job to do that. That's what they're expected to do. And then once the expectation is set and once it's clear, then there's that whole responsibility to assess the progress, to check in. It's like, how are you doing? Are you still on track to deliver that thing when you said you would deliver it? Because we need it by whatever date it is. And then if you're not getting what you need, then you have to provide frank, honest, courageous feedback. And I think organisations, again, have got a responsibility to make sure that people have got those skills to be able to provide feedback in an empathetic way. Because I'm not suggesting at all that we are low EQ in our feedback. We're high EQ. We lead with empathy. But there's really only 3 conversations that you need to have with someone before we follow a process. And people realise that actually we're here to do a job, to contribute to the organisation's strategy and get it done. So if you're soft on poor performance, it's time to change. Otherwise, you won't get the results you expect.